Once upon a time on a planet far, far away, there was a curious cat who lived in a little house with his human. The cat loved looking out of the window and watching the stars. Every night he would ask his human, "Are we going to have starfall tonight? Are we going to have starfall tonight?" But his human never knew the answer. Sometimes they'd have starfall, sometimes not. It was a surprise. One day the cat found an old book in the house that had fallen off the shelf. When he opened it up, he saw lots of pictures of stars and planets just like his. On one page, he read, "A shooting star will grant you a wish if you catch it." The cat thought for a moment. "I want to see what's beyond the stars. I want to go to space." A shooting star streaked across the sky that very night, and the cat made a wish. "Please, please take me to space." The next morning, the cat woke up and rubbed against his human's face. "Are we going to have starfall tonight? Are we going to have starfall tonight?" His human yawned and scratched behind his ears. "You silly cat, why would you want to go to space? There is nothing out there but stars and planets and black holes and aliens and spaceships and satellites and cosmic dust. And you'd need a spacesuit to breathe. And even then, space is really dangerous. You could get lost forever or die from a lack of oxygen. Or even worse, you could get sucked into a black hole and be utterly crushed to death by its gravity. Not to mention the fact that you'd probably get really lonely out there. There's no one in space." "Oh wait, I forgot. You can bring me with you." The cat purred and nuzzled his human's hand. "You won't regret this," he said. Later that day, the cat and his human went outside and looked up at the sky. They saw a shooting star. "That's my ride," said the cat. He closed his eyes and made a wish. "Please take us to space." When the cat opened his eyes again, he and his human were floating above their planet. The cat had a spacesuit on. His human didn't. He was dead. The cat meowed sadly, but his human didn't hear him. He was already gone. The cat floated out of the spaceship all by himself and started exploring space. At first he was scared. It was cold and dark and empty, and there were all these strange noises. But then he saw something that made him forget all about his fear. In the distance, he saw the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. It was a planet made entirely of catnip. The cat was so excited. "This is going to be so much fun," he said. And with that, he floated off towards his new home. The end, except it wasn't the end. Not even close. You see, as the cat approached the planet, he noticed something strange. It wasn't really a planet. It was actually a giant ball of catnip. And it was being pulled towards a black hole. "Oh, no," said the cat. "If that ball of catnip gets sucked into that black hole, my entire planet might explode." You see, the cat's planet wasn't actually made of catnip. It was made of a special kind of rock that only grew on planets with a lot of catnip on them. So if the catnip ball got destroyed, the planet would, too. And the cat didn't want that to happen. So he did the only thing he could think of. He jumped into the spaceship and turned on the engine. He flew as fast as he could towards the black hole. Just as the catnip ball was about to get sucked in, he grabbed onto it with his spacesuit and pulled it back out. Then he steered the spaceship towards his planet. He lined up the two planets perfectly, and with a mighty crash, the catnip ball landed right on top of the planet. The cat had saved his home. The end.